Want to know why? Ask how. Howard the Humongous. We are losing our position as leader of the free world. Why? Because we are alienating the people we need the most, our allies. Our new trade war is driving those allies away. Emmanuel Macron, the head of France, is positioning himself to replace the President of the United States as the free world's spokesman, the free world's voice. Angela Merkel, Chancellor of Germany, Europe's most powerful nation, says the European Union can no longer completely rely on its long-standing British and US allies, and the EU must now be prepared to, quote, take its fate into its own hands. Meanwhile, the G7, the united front of the global economy's leaders, is talking about becoming a G6. Who is going to be left out? We are. It's a G6 without the United States, which means that we are turning our allies into enemies. And those allies, the European Union, are not petty peasants. They have an economy bigger than ours. While we alienate our friends, North Korea is using us to cement a new position in the Russian bloc, a bloc of nations allied against America. That bloc, that alliance, includes Russia, China, Iran, Syria, Venezuela, and Cuba. It's the alliance that George W. Bush called the axis of evil, and that Bloomberg calls the axis of autocracy. Let's just call it the axis of the dictators. North Korea's dictator Kim Jong Un has met with China's dictator Xi Jinping twice. He has been invited to Moscow to meet with Russia's dictator Vladimir Putin. And he has an upcoming meeting with Syria's dictator Bashar al-Assad. Those meetings are designed to cement something crucial in global conflicts, whether those conflicts are hot wars or cold wars. That crucial element is alliance, solidarity, having as many allies behind you as you can possibly get. Remember, America did not win World War II. An alliance won World War II. An alliance that included Britain and Russia. Russia, in fact, fought so hard that it lost 11 million of its soldiers. 11 million compared to our 400,000. In Russian eyes, Moscow won the Second World War, not America. But the Russians are wrong, and so are we. An alliance won the Second World War. Without allies, we would now be speaking German and Sieg Heiling, and so would the British and the Russians. Let me repeat, Donald Trump is stripping away our allies. He is weakening us in dangerous ways. He is threatening our national security. There's more. Kim Jong Un is using Donald Trump to demonstrate that he is now a nuclear power. And as a nuclear power, he can bring an American president bowing and scraping to him. But that's not all. Kim Jong Un is putting himself on the level of Russia and China. He is making himself one of the top 3 dictators in what Kim Jong Un calls the socialist bloc. He is cementing his position as number 3 nation in the axis of dictators, the axis of evil. What will Donald Trump get out of this? Headlines, views, attention, a Nobel Peace Prize that exists only in his own mind and the mind of his followers. He will get media ratings, and he may get a formal document ending the Korean War. But he will not get real denuclearization. Why? Because the North Koreans will keep their nuclear weapons as long as other nations have nuclear weapons. Kim Jong Un will give up his nukes only when the United States gets rid of its nukes. As Kim's official press outlet, Rodong Sinmun, puts it, Kim is, quote, moving towards global nuclear disarmament, And we will continue to join hands with the world's peace-loving people in building a nuclear-free, peaceful world. In other words, like the US, Russia, China, France, and England, Kim will make polite noises about world disarmament, but he will hold on to his nuclear weapons. What Donald Trump doesn't realize is that you can get high ratings for your TV appearances and your Twitter feed, and you can lose one of the most important things America has ever possessed, something it's possessed for the last 70 years. You can lose leadership of the free world. You can lose leadership of the world's democracies. And with that loss, you can undermine the security of the American nation, which means the real motto of the Trump presidency should be Make America Small Again. This is Howard the Humongous speaking to you from the future. It's your job and my job to make. Or, want to know why? Ask how. And now for that sleazy, slimy, sneaky, impossible little, oh my God, off button.